All right, welcome back everyone. CIS 157. We left last week, I believe we left with just starting to talk about we started talking about the switch statement. So the switch statement is sort of like an alternative to if-else. Boy, I have a lot of technical difficulties of my own here today. What is going on here? Uh, okay, that's pretty fancy. What a tangled mess with those wires. I'll just keep them the way they are. Okay, sorry about that. So do let's take a look. So we said uh, we uh, we started talking about the switch statement, and we need to define its behavior somewhat compared to what we did a week ago. And other topics of discussion are going to cover perhaps the number format class. It's also important class because as we mentioned, the the decimal, the big decimal class allows us to control the rounding, including a rounding of numbers, floating point numbers, as it takes place during computations, and different methods of rounding were discussed. So then we talk a little bit about the menu, a possibility of using a menu in our programs, and I started that particular project. But now is the switch statement that we need to discuss. All right, so let me try maybe a new project today. And so just to have a clean demo, we'll just say, okay, today I'll save it. This computer is really slow today, too. Okay, so I have my location here, so my location will be on my drive. And the name of the application is going to be um, miscellaneous demo today. A main app, finish. Okay. So have something like this. Scanner sc equals new scanner. Then I want to say scanner scanner equals I'm sorry, integer choice, perhaps it's some sort of a choice by the user, equals scanner dot next int, possibly. Okay. And then I want to perform some actions upon each of these, each of these choices that they could potentially enter. And so the way before we would do it by saying if choice was 1, then do something, right? Else, otherwise, if choice is something else, then, do it accordingly. And there was also, so let's just continue on with this. And at the end, we could say, otherwise, do something different. So to demonstrate, I could just simply say system, it's really silly stuff, system dot out dot print line, and say 1, something like that, and then say 2, and change this to 3, right? And unknown. How about that? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and unknown. So if I run this, I should be getting those responses back. And right here, I can say type system out print line, and just say enter a number. And so the user hopefully will, this is actually just a print because I want to keep it on the same line. So enter a number, they enter a number, I print some information back, and I exit. So let's just try to make sure we can save this and run it. Enter a number. If I enter 2, it should print 2, right? So nothing really interesting happening. So the alternative to making these decisions with respect to the choices that could be available would be using a switch statement. So very similar to this if-else, else-if, and else construct. I could just do this. I could say switch based on the choice. Choice is a variable, and it's an integer variable. So inside the switch, you label, you create labels. They're called case labels. Naturally, I can say case 1. Oops. Case 1, 2, and 3. And then default is the representation of the else situation. So right here I could say the same thing. Print 1 in this case, right? Then print 2, print 3, and finally print unknown. So this time I'm expecting the switch to work first, and then the if-else will essentially duplicate what I just did. So let's try this again. Save it and try it. So it looks like a similar construct to if-else, but instead of analyzing conditions, the value is presented to the switch statement. The switch statement evaluates it and then transfers control to one of the case labels or the default label. Let's run this and enter number 2 again. Well, interesting. In the output, let me increase this somewhat. Right? Suddenly we got 2, 3 unknown, and then 2 printed again. So we need to explain what's going on.